What if I told you that the greatest loss in life is not losing money, not losing relationships, not even losing time, but losing yourself? Think about it. There was a time when you laughed freely, when you dreamed without limits, when you looked in the mirror and saw possibility. But somewhere along the way, life happened. Expectations, failures, heartbreaks, responsibilities, they piled on top of you like layers of dust, and slowly, you disappeared. Maybe you wake up every morning feeling exhausted, not because your body is tired, but because your soul is. Maybe you've become a stranger to yourself, going through the motions, working, scrolling, eating, sleeping, yet deep inside whispering, "This isn't who I really am." If that's you, I want you to know something powerful. You are not lost forever. You are not broken beyond repair. You are simply waiting to find yourself again. You see, one of the hardest truths in life is this: no one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your partner, not your friends, not even the perfect circumstances you've been waiting for. The only person who can bring you back to life is you. And that begins with a decision. A decision to stop running from yourself. A decision to look in the mirror not with judgment, but with honesty. Because the relationship you have with yourself is the most important one you will ever have. Like Steve Maraboli once said, the strongest relationship you will ever have is the relationship with yourself. So let me ask you a question. When was the last time you actually listened to yourself? Not the noise, not the opinions, not the expectations, but that quiet voice inside your chest. Most of us silence that voice. We drown it in distractions. Social media, TV, work, relationships. We fill every second so we don't have to feel. Because feeling means facing the truth. That somewhere along the way we abandoned ourselves. But here's the good news. You can always come home. Finding yourself again doesn't mean traveling across the world or waiting for the perfect moment. It means reconnecting with what's already inside of you. As Rainer Maria Rilke once said, "The only journey is the one within." Here's the first step. Accept where you are right now. You can't heal if you keep pretending you're not hurt. You can't grow if you keep denying the pain. Accept it. Own it. Not as a life sentence, but as a starting point. Maybe you feel stuck in a job that doesn't inspire you. Maybe you've lost yourself in a relationship. Maybe you've been running from your past for so long that you forgot who you were before the pain. It's okay. Right here, right now, you get to begin again. Remember these words from George Eliot. It's never too late to be who you might have been. The second step, let go of what's holding you back. We carry so much weight. Old mistakes, regrets, shame, the voices of people who told us we weren't good enough. And those weights keep us trapped. But listen to me. The past is not a prison. It's a teacher. Eckhart Tolle once said, "The past has no power over the present moment." When you finally release what no longer serves you, when you stop replaying the old stories, you create space for a new story to begin. Yes, letting go is hard. Yes, it hurts. But the pain of letting go is nothing compared to the pain of staying stuck in a life that isn't yours. And the third step, choose change. Step, choose, because nothing in your life will shift until you do. Change is scary, I know. It means stepping into the unknown. But let me tell you something. The unknown is not your enemy. It's your freedom. As Alan Watts said, the only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. Think about it. Every version of you that you've ever admired, confident, strong, free, that version exists on the other side of change. But here's the secret. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the first step. Martin Luther King Jr. reminded us, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step in faith. So here's my challenge to you. Today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today, choose yourself. Write down one thing that makes you feel alive and do it. Spend 1 hour away from the noise, just listening to your own heart. Say no to something that drains you and yes to something that heals you. Small steps. Quiet steps. But steps toward the real you. Because you're not lost. You're just waiting to be found. And when you find yourself again, that's when life truly begins. So now you've taken the first steps. Accepting where you are, letting go of the past, and choosing change. But here's the truth. Knowing what to do is not enough. You have to live it. And this is where most people get stuck. Not because they don't want to change, not because they don't have dreams, but because they are waiting. Waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect feeling, the perfect motivation. Let me be real with you. If you wait until you feel ready, you will be waiting for the rest of your life. There are two kinds of people in this world. The first says, I'll do it when I feel like it. The second says, I'll do it and then I'll feel like it. Guess which one actually changes their life? Discipline beats motivation. Every single time. You see, discipline is love in action. It's choosing your future self over your present comfort. It's waking up when the alarm goes off, even when the bed feels like heaven. It's showing up to the gym, even when you'd rather stay home. It's saying no to distractions so you can say yes to your destiny. Leonardo da Vinci once said, "One can have no smaller or greater mastery than mastery over oneself." And that's the truth. Self-discipline is the foundation of freedom. Because when you master yourself, you can master anything. But here's the challenge. Discipline isn't glamorous. No one claps for you when you choose to study instead of scrolling, when you choose to save money instead of spending, when you choose to keep going instead of giving up. Yet those silent choices are the very bricks that build the life you dream of. So ask yourself right now, are you living a life controlled by your feelings? Or are you living a life controlled by your vision? Because if you keep waiting to feel like it, life will pass you by. But if you take action, even small action, your feelings will eventually follow your commitment. Now let's talk about the monster that kills more dreams than failure ever could. Fear. Fear of failure. Fear of judgment. Fear of not being enough. Sound familiar? I know what it's like to let fear hold you back. Les Brown once shared that for 14 years, he stopped himself from chasing his dream because he asked the wrong question. How will I do it instead of why must I do it? And maybe that's you. Maybe your heart whispers, I can do this, but your mind screams, how? And so you wait and wait and wait. But let me tell you something. You don't have to know the how to take the first step. Clarity comes through action, not before it. There's an African proverb that says, if there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. Think about that. The real battle isn't out there, it's in here. It's not the world that's stopping you. It's the story you keep telling yourself. I'm not smart enough. I don't have the right background. I'll probably fail anyway. But hear me, someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not the labels people placed on you. You are who you decide to become starting right now. And here's another truth. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Courage isn't about not feeling fear. It's about moving forward in spite of it. Take risks, step out, make mistakes, fall down, because every stumble is proof that you're in the arena, living, growing, becoming. Helen Keller once said, "Life is short and unpredictable. Eat the dessert first." Translation, stop waiting. Stop postponing your joy. Stop delaying your life. Because the more you wait, the more you drift further from yourself. So here's your next step. Choose courage over comfort every single day. Discipline yourself to do what matters even when it's boring. Face your fears even when they shake you. Take action even when you're unsure of the outcome. That's how you begin to rebuild the bridge back to yourself. Because the version of you that you're searching for, the confident you, the powerful you, the alive you, is not hiding in the past. It's waiting for you on the other side of discipline and courage. And the only way to reach it is to start walking. We've talked about acceptance. We've talked about letting go. We've talked about discipline and courage. But now we arrive at the heart of the journey. Love. Not the kind you're waiting for from someone else. Not the kind you're chasing in relationships, likes, or approval. I'm talking about the love you give yourself. Because here's the truth, until you learn to love and accept who you are, no amount of success, no amount of recognition, no amount of money will ever be enough. Oscar Wilde once said, "To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance." And it's true. The relationship you have with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship in your life. So let me ask you, when was the last time you looked in the mirror and said, "I am enough"? When was the last time you celebrated yourself? Not for what you achieved, but simply for being you. Most of us are experts at beating ourselves down. We replay our mistakes. We magnify our flaws. We compare ourselves to everyone else. But hear me, comparison is poison. The only person you need to compete with is the you from yesterday. Like Ralph Waldo Emerson said, the only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. So choose yourself. Choose to love the imperfect, messy, human, growing version of you. Because that's the real you, and that's the one worth fighting for. Now let's talk about something we all resist: change. Change is uncomfortable. Change is scary. Change feels like death. But what if I told you that every ending is just the beginning of something new? Remember this. Change is the reason life is exciting and worth living. Without change, there is no growth. Without growth, there is no life. Maybe the reason you feel lost right now is because the old version of you is no longer enough. Maybe life is asking you to shed the skin you've outgrown and step into something greater. Yes, it's painful. Yes, it's uncertain. But it's also the doorway to the person you've been waiting to meet, your truest self. Think of the phoenix. It burns, it crumbles, it turns to ashes. And yet from that very place of destruction, it rises again. Stronger, brighter, unstoppable. That's you. As Gerard Way once said, sometimes you have to die a little on the inside to be reborn as a stronger, wiser version of yourself. So don't fear the fire. Don't fear the endings. They are not your downfall. They are your rebirth. And here's where it all comes together, living fully. Too many people go to the grave with their dreams still inside them. Ideas unspoken. Songs unwritten. Books never started. Businesses never launched. Why? Because they were waiting. Because they were afraid. But Les Brown once said, "The wealthiest place on earth is the cemetery, where you'll find dreams that never came to life." Don't let that be your story. Henry David Thoreau wrote, "Oh God, to reach the point of death only to realize that you have never lived. Life is short. Life is fragile, but life is also powerful when you choose to live it on your terms." So here's my final challenge to you. Live full. Die empty. Don't hold back your gifts. Don't silence your voice. Don't shrink to fit someone else's mold. Find yourself. Love yourself. And then share that self with the world. Loudly, unapologetically, courageously. Because the world doesn't need a copy of someone else. It needs the original you. If you've been listening this far, it's not by accident. This message found you because you're ready. Ready to stop running, ready to stop hiding, ready to come home to yourself. And when you do, when you find yourself again, you will laugh louder, love deeper, walk taller. You will inspire others not by what you say, but by who you are. So today, I invite you to begin, not tomorrow, not someday today, right here, right now. Because your story isn't over. In fact, it's only just beginning.